Hi guys, welcome back to Code Explorer. Today I am going to make a very interesting project for you. So you can put this project on your resume and it will enhance your resume to get shortlisted because it is a project for artificial intelligence. Okay, so let me show you first that what I am going to build today. So today I am going to build this. As you can see that it can detect my face with around 99% or 98%, maybe it can fluctuate around 95 to 99% accuracy. So I think this project can enhance your resume. Okay, so today I am going to show you that how you can build this project. So it will be very interesting project for you guys and for me also. So let's start the video. So let's see how we can build this project. Okay, so what will we do first? So for doing so, first I have to mm, kill this terminal to. Okay, so I will not kill the terminal. I have an keyboard shortcut to kill this. So when I will hit the Q button in my keyboard, at that time it will stop this code. It will terminate the code. Okay, so let's see if work or not. So as you can see that I have hit the Q button and the code terminated. Okay, so today I am going to build this project. So for doing that, what I have to do, first I have to I have already created an face recognition folder inside my desktop here. So I will just simply open this with my VS Code. So I will right click on it and I will show more options and I will open with VS Code. Okay, so let's see. As you can see here, I have already added an folder which is an har cascade frontend default.xml. This is an XML folder. This is a cascade folder basically. So I will discuss this about later here in this video. So now what I want, so here I will use basically Jupyter notebook to build the whole project. So for doing that, first I want to create a, let's suppose, data collect.ipynb. This ipynb basically for our Jupyter notebook. This ipynb extension stand for Jupyter notebook, Jupyter source code. And I want another file here which will be for testing purpose. So test.ipynb. Okay, so as you can see that I have already created this default. So here I have to work first I have to collect the data here, then I will move to the next step. So first I have a data set here. So to collect the data set, I have to use this data collect.ipynb folder. So what can I do here? So let me first tell you that here I will use some Python libraries like basically OpenCV, and I will use our OS. I will use OS Python library to interact with our operating system, and then I will use our NumPy, and I will use TensorFlow. So don't scared about hard learning about TensorFlow because if you are new in machine learning and deep learning, so don't be hesitate to see this video, because here in the end I am going to show you a very useful trick where you can just simply skip the whole machine learning and deep learning process, because this process will be automatically generated by our some. I will generate it from somewhere and I will show you that how you can do that. So now start build this project. So what will I do here? First I am going to collect our data. So to collect our data, first I want to import some libraries. So I'm importing, let's suppose, CV2, and I want to import our OS here first. So let's run this block. So our kernel Python library environment will start and you can see that it's working. So if you have not installed OpenCV or OS in your pip, so what you can do, so let me show you first. So you can just simply write this command here first, that pip install OpenCV. You can write this command. So when you will run this command, at that time it will install OpenCV using your pip. So I have already installed, so I will not run this. So I will simply comment this. Okay, now what will I do? I want to add some more codes here. So the next step, I have to capture. I have to capture some videos to collect the data. Okay, so let's suppose I am going to declare a variable which is, let's suppose, video, and video will be an cv2 function. So I will cv2 and it will, I will use the video capture function here. So where is video capture? As here, and I want to start it and index it with 0. Okay, so let's run this code also. uh, okay, it's working. It is the main function while we using why I am using this Jupyter notebook, because in this Jupyter notebook I can break our whole Python code into small parts, and we can run the small parts, and we can detect where our error is. So it's very useful tool for you guys also, so you can definitely try this, and it's very simple to use. Okay, so what can I do now? So now I have to need to create an cascade classifier object. Okay, we need an cascade classifier object. You can see that at the end, beginning of the video, I told you that I have imported this hair cascade front friends default XML file. So now I have to use this file. So what will I do? So let me create an variable. Let's suppose it's face detect, and it will be an cv2 function, and the cv2 function. Okay, so let me first increase the screen size here. Okay, now I think it's perfect. So the cv2 function will be nothing but our cascade classifier. So what cascade classifier we are going to use here? As you can see that we have already used this, so I will just simply go here and I will click on rename to copy that whole okay, nothing. So I will just simply paste it here. What's happened? While it is not pasting here. Okay, it's pasted. So let it run. Okay, it's working. So what will this XML file do? This will load the XML file which contains the pre-trained hair cascade classifier for face detection. Okay, so I think you got the point. So this XML file is an pre-trained cascade classifier. Okay, so now I want to initialize a variable which will keep track of the number of detected faces. Okay, because we are now creating data set, I am not using any data set right now. I want to create my own data set here. So what will I do? So I want to initialize a variable which will be count, and I want to initialize with 0. So run it, it will be run. Now I need to prompt the user to enter his name first. It is why because the I think that where we will store the data, we want to store the data by the name of the user. So let me create this. So I want, so let it the variable name which is name id, and name id will be an input, will be an input function, and the input function will take an input from the user. It will ask the user to enter your name. Okay, enter your name. So let's run it. As you can see that here it is asking me to enter my name, so I am going to just simply copy throw and enter. So uh, it can take my input. Okay, so now I want to store the names as strings, and I want to convert it into lowercase. Okay, So what will I do here? So here I will just simply copy this, sorry, I will simply cut this, and I want to store this as string, so I will use string, and then inside this I will paste it, and I want this as a lower case value, so I will simply pass the lower function here. Okay, so let's see it's working or not. Yes, you can see that it's working. So when I will give my name and I will hit enter, it's working. Where it's going? Okay, it's working. Now what I want, now I have to store the uh, name to somewhere. So where we can store it? So we can store it. I want to create a new file here, new folder here, which will be our images folder. Okay, so I am going to create an images folder here. Not IP images, it's images. This folder will, I want to store the detected faces or captured faces, which will be our data set, to into this images folder. So I will simply hit enter. As you can see that it's now empty right now. So what will you do? Now I have to store the data here. So I will simply uh, okay, so I have to give a path name here. So I will simply initialize a variable here, which will be nothing but path. That is the path, and the path will be nothing but images. We have to give the backslash, and we have to add the name id variable here, because the name id will be added here. Okay, so let's run it. It's running. So let me try it again. For big pro, when I'm going to add here, and now I am going to run it again. So let me check if it's coming here. No. Okay, we have to fix it. Okay, now what I want that, okay, let's suppose some another cases here. So what if the user, that means the user who is using this AI to detect his face, uh, what if that we have already his data? At that time we don't need to store his data again. So I want to fix it. So I will think I want to write some code here for that. So what will I do? I will initialize a variable to check that if the path, that means as you can see that the name id will take the name id will come from here, which will be the name of the user, and it will be stored as a lowercase value. So we have to check that if this doesn't exist in our path. Okay, so what will I do? I will say just okay, let me create a variable. Let's suppose it's is exist. So what will it do? It will check by our operating system itself, and so it will check OS, and then it will check the path, and it will check if it exists where, in our path variable. Okay, in our path variable path, as you can see that it's a string. Okay, so path is a string and name id is now a string. Okay, so we are going perfect. So let me run it. Okay, no error right now. So what if the path exists? We have to define that. So let me create it. That if is exist. Okay, if it exists, that means what will be happen then? It will just I want to print a message that let's suppose name already exists. Taken, let's suppose taken, name already taken, and then exclamation mark for that. Okay, and then I want our name id should work again. So I will simply copy this portion here, and I will paste it here. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, it's perfect. Otherwise if the user is a new user, At that time, what we want? At that time, so we have to pass an else condition here. Otherwise, we are going to say our operating system that you have to make a directory. To make directories where in our path variable. Okay, so let me check this that it work or not. Yes, it's working. So what next? Now I want a let's suppose that if the whole code we have written already here, if this whole code is true, that means it's a boolean uh, expression right now, and I want to create an endless that means a forever loop. So I want to create a forever loop. So I want that while the whole code is true, at that time I want to read a frame from the video capture, and I have to store it in the variable. So what will be the variable? Let's suppose it will be the rate, and which is the rate is a boolean expression indicating if the frame was successfully read. It will do the work, and I want a new variable which is the frame. Let's suppose it's frame. So what will it do? As you know that we have already defined our video here, it will simply read the video. So we have to read the video. So video dot read is a function. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, as you can see that my name is already here, so I want to delete this first. I want to delete this first here, and I want to stop this kernel also. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. uh, okay, okay, I will fix this. It's not an error message. It's why? Because isn't keyboard interrupt, because I have uh, stopped the kernel here. Okay, so now I have to detect the faces, right? Okay, so what can I do? As you can see that we have already defined a variable called face detect. Okay, so let's create face detect. Okay, so what I want something here. So if the face, so let me create a new variable here. So if the faces, what will be the faces variable do? This will do nothing. This will take this face detect variable and it will scale it. Okay, so we have to detect, we have to detect it multi-scale. Okay, and what I want, how much parameters I want this frame parameter here, frame parameter, and I want an scaling of 1.3, and it will capture approximately for 5. Okay, so I think it's perfect now. Okay, okay, so what will this do? This will detect the faces, this will detect the faces in the frame using the detect multiscale function we have used here of the face detect cascade classifier. Here these cascade classifiers, uh, from that cascade classifier we are using this detect multiscale. Okay, now what will it do? The detected faces are stored in the faces variable as a list of rectangles representing the coordinates of the faces. Okay, so now what we have to do? Now we have to process the detected faces. Okay, but one main thing I have kept here, I think that I have to uh, add these uh, the images I have to add. But don't worry, I will create this here. Okay, I will create the whole images section here. Okay, so what I want to create a for loop. I want to run a for loop for these phases, and it will for the x, y, w and h axis, which is the, okay, I will tell you this about later. So first let me create this for x, y, w and h in our phases. At that time, what I want, first thing, I have already declared a variable here. You can see that count. So first thing I want to increment of this count variable. So I want to use the count, and I want to increase this as count plus 1. Okay, I will increase it. And now I have to store the images, right? I was telling you. So here I will store the images. So what will I do here? I will create a new variable called name, and the name variable will take our images folder, and it will add the name ID which we have already defined here. You can see we have defined the name ID here. So we have to pass this here. So name ID, and we want, and we have to what will be the number? So I want to give it number. So I want to pass the count variable here as a string. So I want to pass, string as, string as count, and at the end of this I want an extension. I want an extension of the image. So it will be, let's suppose, jpg. I want jpg format. Okay, so what will it do? At that time, it should run the code. When we will run the code, at that time it should print something. I want to print something here. So what will I print? That I will creating image data set, and dot for too many times. I want to give the dot, and at the end I want to pass the name variable. Okay, so why this is showing me an error message? Okay, sorry, we have to pass the whole as a string. Okay, no, not this. I have to, this will be my string and this will be my variable. So I close this here. Okay, now you can see that this is perfect. Okay, now what I have to do, now I have to use some cv2 properties here, cv2 functions here. So what cv2 function I want to map our image. So I will map our image. So cv2 will take an imWrite, that means image write function, and this will take the name parameters, and it will take the frame variable which we have already created. And what will it do? It will do, let's suppose it will do a slicing. Sorry. Okay, so I want to declare that y will be sliced to y plus h. So and what I want to slice x to x plus w. Sorry. Okay, I think this is perfect. So let me first tell you that what is x, y, w and h here. So here x is the uh, uh, as you know, x or coordinate system, you know, I think that x-axis and y-axis, and but here we have these we are using this. So here the x and y basically starts from our top left corner. Okay, so top left corner, what the vertical line will be known as y, and the horizontal line will be known as our x, and the width of the image will be denoted as w, and the height of the image will be denoted by as the h. Okay, so why I am doing this here, I am doing that we are slicing this y to y plus h. That means the particle height will be added to our y-axis, and the width of the image will be added to our x-axis. Okay, and now what I want to draw an rectangle. So cv2 dot rectangle, here I want, what will it this do? It will take a frame as parameter. Okay, and it will take the x and y axis, and this will also take our x plus w and y plus h as parameter. And I want to give it an color, RGB color. So while we are using this type of here we can't use the RGB format. Here we have a new format which is VGR format. So that means what I am going to say, that RGB, the full form of RGB means red, green and blue. Here we have to use the VGR format. Okay, so in VGR format what we have B, that means blue first, then green, then red. Okay, so I want to give this, so I want to give a comma here, and I want to set an value of our color. So let will be blue, suppose 0, and 255, that means it will be green, and the red will be 0 also. And I want to add a width of, let's suppose 3. Okay, great, I think it's perfect now. Now what I want to show the images. So I will simply use the cv2 image. So I will use this function here, and what will this take? This will take our window frame. Okay, window frame, and it will take this as frame variable we have already defined. Okay, now what I want, okay, now I want and cp2, I want to add a wet key here. So wet key will be initialized at 1. Okay, so now I have to define something, that how many image we want, that how you want to terminate this code. We don't want to create an infinity data set. So what I can do, so let me check here as so I want to create this here. So I want to declare that if our count variable, if this is greater than 500, let's suppose, at that time break it. So break it. Okay, let's run this code. It's not running. Okay, I have to run all the code here from start. Okay, I will run that. Let me first finish this. So now I want nothing, I have already defined and variable here video. Okay, so I will pass the video, I want to release it. So video dot I want to release function, I want to release function, and I want that after the successful run of this code, this cv2 will destroy all the running windows. Okay, I think this is right now perfect. So what will I do? I will just simply run. So let me check if it is running or not. As you can see that here it is asking me to input my name. So my name is Obitro. So let me hit enter. As you can see that now working this is working. And okay. Okay, sorry. Here I have made some mistakes. I have to fix this. So this will be an .jpg extension, and here after this you can see that this is creating something. So let me check one if it has created something. No. So I have to add an backslash here. Yes, this was the problem here. So now I have to give a plus sign here. We have what adding this. Okay, and let's suppose I am going to delete this for now. Now let's run this. As you can see that it has started to its work. You can see that it is starting. Okay, 195 to 10. So when the code will terminate, so let's wait for it. Okay, as you can see that our data set is now going to start it. We have started building our data set. Okay, so it has reached 471, now 501, and now our 501 is greater than our uh, what's that. Okay, so I want to show you something here. So what I have defined that if the count is greater than 500, that means at the time you should break it. So now the count is greater than 500, that means 501. Now it's break. So let me create a scrollable, so you can see that it has created a lot of images here. So let me check that if it's an image or not. So as you can see that it is my image. When I was recording this video, at that time it has taken my image. Okay, okay, not a big deal. Maybe the images are not perfect, not so difficult. Okay, what's the image is this? Okay, so just ignore this for now. Okay, I want to go to the one. uh, Something is going wrong happening here. Okay, so I have to check these. It has started building from 2.jpg instead of one. Why? Okay, let me run all the files here first on the first. So you it is asking to input my name. So I am going to input Obitro and hit enter. And as you can see that it is not taking my name because I have defined this, that if it exists, name already taken here. Okay, so I want to terminate this here. I am interrupting Jupyter kernel. Sorry, I want to interrupt it here. Enter your name and hit enter. Okay, I have terminated it and it is showing error message. Okay, so what will I do? I will just simply delete this. I am going to delete this folder created here. So now from the top here I am going to create this. So let me check that what the wrong was happening here, because as you've seen that it was count plus one and we have defined the count as 0. So now it should start from 1. Okay, so I will just simply run all. I am going to run all the files and it's asking me to input my name, and as you can see that I am typing my name in capital letters. Okay, so let's see Kobe Pro in capital letters and I am hitting enter, and it has started to click my images, and now it has started from counting from 1. It's why, because it was not taken my name 1 before, because when the kernel interrupted at that time it has already taken the 1 as input. Okay, so it's why it has not taken the format, and now it's reached 400 now. So 460, 70, 80, 90, and 5001. Okay, so now it's perfect, I think. As you can see, okay, the images are not so clear, but it's enough to train the model. I think it's enough to train the model. So now I will just simply talk. Okay, okay. I want to make it a scrollable element. Okay, no error here. The code run perfectly. After the image taken, it has stopped the video taking by for this destroy all windows. Okay, so now move to our testing code. So how we can test that our code that is perfect or not. Okay, so now I will write the code to check, to test our model. So here what will I do? I will just simply import something. So I will import CV2 first, and here I will import one more thing, which is numpy. I am going to import numpy as np. Okay, so I will just simply click here. I will start the kernel and it's working. So if numpy is not added in your pip, so what will you have to do? You have to just simply go here and you have to give an ampersand sign and then percent sign, and then you have to write pip install numpy. Okay, when you will run this command here, it will install the numpy library into your pip. Okay, for now I am going to just comment it. Now what I have to do, I have already created something here, so let me check here. So I want this model here, this face detector. So I will use this. Okay, and I will just simply run this. It's running perfectly. Okay, no problem. Now what will I do? I have to capture videos. So what will I do? I am going to create a variable here, so it will be, let's suppose, cap, and it will be a cv2 variable function, so cv2 video capture, and I want to start in an indexing with 0. Okay, now what I have to do, now I have to set the size of the frame. So that means our video capture frame. So let's suppose cap dot set, and here I have to do, so let's suppose I am going to set the height and width only. So height is stands for so x, y, w and h. So width come first, so width will be let's suppose, no, not width, so it will be as counted as 3, and this width will be 480 pixel. Okay, and same for the height also, and I want to set the height as 4, and I want it as, let's suppose, 360 pixels only. Okay, let's run it. Okay, here I want some more code. I have to set some font size here. As you can see that it has returned us as true. Okay, so that means it's perfect. Now I want font will be an cv2 font. So cv2, I want this font as, let's suppose, I want, what font can I use? Font first Hersey complex. Okay, not a big deal. So I will just simply run it again. So it's running. I think it will return us as true. Okay, so now what I can do here, I want to define a function. So define a function. So what will be the name of the function? So let's suppose get class name. So what will be this class name do? I will tell you about later when we will train our model. At the time I will tell you this. So let me just simply pass. I will just a function here, and I want to just write pass here for now. Okay, because I will edit this code later. So just I will run it and it's run perfectly. And what if now I have to test the model? So what will this do? I will just simply create an forever loop while this all codes are true. At the time we want an success parameter, and I want to create an image original, let's suppose image original parameter variable. And what will this do? This will do nothing. This will read our capture. So we have defined this as cap. You can see here that the video capture is defined as cap. So it will just simply read it. So read it. Okay, now what will this do? We have to scale it. Okay, so for doing so I am going to create a new variable here. So faces. And what will this do? This will detect this face detect here. This will take this, and what will this do? This will detect multi-scale. This will detect multi-scale function. And this will take image original as parameter. And as I have already set it, so let me check how much scale I have set it here. So where it is. Okay, so here it is 1.3 and for 5 units. Okay, so I am going to check it, give it same to 1.3 and for 5 units. Okay, now the same we have same approach we will use. So what will we use? We will create a for loop here. So for x, y, w and h in our faces, what will this do? First I want to crop the image, so I will create a variable which will be crop image. And what will this do? This will take the image original, and this will slice x with to the x plus w horizontally, and our y to y plus h. Yes, so suggesting me perfect. Okay, okay, now what I want to declare a new variable which will be image, let's suppose. And what will this do? It will resize it. So it will, I want to resize the image. So what will this take? This will take the crop image, and it will fix the uh, mm, width and height to, let's suppose, 224 pixel to 224 pixels. Why I am using this 224, I will show you later. I will show you this. Now what I have to do, I want to reshape the image also. So I want to image, and I want to pass the image, and I want to reshape it. I want to reshape the image to how much I want it as 1. And then I want to fix it for per units. It will be 224. I have already mentioned 224 pixels, and for 1. Okay, now as you can see that I had in the code that we had an prediction that we have to predict. So I want to create a new variable here which will sorry, prediction, and the prediction will be okay. So who will predict? Our trained model will predict. So I have to create a model here first. Okay, so let me create a model first here. Model here first. So where I will create the model. So let me create the model here. I am going to create a model variable and it will do what? I am going to set this pass. Create our pass. Model pass. For now it will show me error because the model can't be passed. So but I am doing so. So it will take the model and this will predict. I will use the predict function and it will take the image as parameter. Okay, now I want to create an prediction that how many accurate the prediction is. So I want to create a new variable class index. Let's suppose, and this will be this will take what? We will use the np, that means our numpy. We are using our numpy as np. So the np dot, we will use the argument maximum and it will take the prediction as parameter. This prediction as parameter. Okay, now we want to print a probability value. Okay, so I want to give a probability value. So probability value. So probability value will be also calculated by our numpy and it will be our a maximum, and it will take prediction as parameter. Okay, okay. So now what we have to do? Now as you can see that I have already defined the class index variable here. You can see the class index variable is defined here. Here class index variable is. So we want to set some thing here. So what will I set? What will I set? Okay. So let me set something. So if, let's suppose if our class in sorry, if our class index is equals to 0, what will happen at that time? So I am going to pass it here. Otherwise, else, no, let's suppose it's elif. Otherwise I want to give it pass. Okay, so I have to fix this and I have to pass. Okay, perfect. Now if, so what will this take? So elif will take an class index of equal to 1. This two value we can have 0 or 1. So now I have to create something inside of the path. So first thing I need to create an rectangle there. Sorry, not this class index. I have to do here in this path. So I will use cv2 parameter rectangle, our rectangle function, and what will this take? This will take our image original as parameter and this will fix its x and y values. This will also fix this the x plus w, sorry, not x equals to w, x plus w, and it will take also the y plus h as well. Okay, so now what I can do after this, I have to give it a color. So which color we want? So I will use the green color and it will be in BGR format. So 0 for blue, 255 for green and 0 for red. And I want the width as 2. Okay. Now I want to create a new rectangle which will be for the green background. Okay. I want to create a green background. So cv2 dot rectangle, and it will take the image original as parameter, and where I want to create the very background. So let's me create in x minus 40. Here I want to create, and what will this take as argument? So it will take the argument of x to w, and it will take y. Okay, now I have to create the uh, color bgr color. Here bgr color format will be 0. I want to give it a blue green background, so 0 0, and width will be minus 2. Okay, I think you got the point. Now I have to put a text there. So cv2, and it will take the put text function. Inside the put text function, it will take the image original as parameter, and there I want to define something. So I want to pass this as string, so I will string. And what will this do? So let me see that. Okay, I will pass this function here. So let me copy the name. So inside this it will take, and okay, so it will let me take this for now. Okay, and now what we want, I want to set it, so it will be x, and I want it at x minus 10, the position of this, and I want to set some font here, and it will be, let's suppose, 0.75. Okay, and now I have to give it an bgr color. So I want to give the color as red. So blue will be 0, green will be 0, and red will be 255. And then I have to give it an uh, one as width, and one more thing, I have to give it an cv2 line. So cv2 line a. Let's suppose it will be a. And the main thing what I want to copy this, and instead of this pass I want to, okay, paste this here. Okay, now what I have to do, now I think we should display our result. So here we have to display our result. So the result will be displayed by cv2 and by image showing. So we will use the info function, and it will pass result, and it will take a parameter of the original image. Okay, now we have to set an wait key for our cv2 function. So the set key will be k, let's suppose, and I want to set it as cv2, and I want to create a wait key here. So wait key will be indexing 1. Okay, what if if our k is equals to, I how much time we want to run the code. So this code will run for infinity time, but we have to stop the code as well as, so we are going to set an uh, break for this. We are going to break this. So when the key will be, when we will use, let's suppose which function we want. So let's suppose I am using the Q. When we will press the Q button in our keyboard, at the time we want to break it. Okay, I think it's perfect. Okay. Now what I have to do, I am going to just simply release the capture. So the cap dot release, I will use the release function, and then I have to use the, when the will, it will be complete, at the time you have to destroy all the windows. So I will simply call it. So I have to create the model here, and the model is first here, where the here. Okay, so let me just create this. So before creating this, I have to just I have just only one file here in my dataset. So let me create a new dataset here. So I will just simply add a new file. So please wait for me. So hi, welcome back again. I have already added this mask folder here. So I have created these by clicking some images of Elon Musk. So I will train my model by using these two images. If this model can detect these two image, and that means it will detect everything. So what we'll have to do now? So now it's the main time that I just want to skip all the machine learning and deep learning process. So how I can do that? So for doing that, I have to go to my Google Chrome browser, and here I am going to search for teachablemachine.withgoogle.com. You have to go to this website. Okay, I will give the link in the description box, and here you can see that it can detect everything. Okay, so what you have to do, just you have to just simply hit on this get start. Here you have three more projects: image project, audio project, and post project. For now I am going to select this image project, and here you can see that we have two models: standard image model and embedded image model. We are using the standard model. So it is for, as you can see that it is for 224 pixel color image. It is why we have uh, used these. We have used the uh, uh, we have formatted our image by, and we have resized it for 224 pixels. Okay, so let me go here, and I will simply hit on it, and I have two class. So let me just simply rename the first class as Pavitra Banerjee, and I will rename the second class also. It will be Elon Musk. You can add a new class, but I don't need this, so I will just simply delete this class, because I want to make this video short because it's already too long. So what will I have to do? I will have to upload the file from here. So what will I do? I will go to my desktop. Inside my desktop I have created wait, where it is, inside this test, inside this image, inside this I have Obitro, and I will simply click control all to control all the image and open it. And as you can see that it started to load the sample images. It will do really fast. Okay, then I have to do for Elon Musk. So I will just simply hit here, and I have to go back here, and I will click on mask folder, and I have to select all by control A and then open it. And as you can see that it has started to load it. Now the main portion, what you have to do, you have to just simply hit in this train model. It will take maybe for 2 or 3 minutes maximum. max to max I am telling about. Max to max it will take 3 to 2 to 3 minutes. So let's wait for it. So I just paused my recording because I was waiting to train the model. So after 2 or 3 minutes the model will be completely trained. Now as you can see that we have two. It is detecting me as my Pavitra Banerjee is 100% and Elon Musk 0. That means it's working fine. So what if that now it have two options that you can import files also. So let's check that we don't have Elon Musk right now here with us. So what we can do, what will I do? I will just select file. So let's check that if this is Elon Musk. So it can detect this as Elon Musk. And I will check that if it can detect me as well from my picture. So let me select this and open, and as you can see that it can detect me as 100%. So the model trained successfully. So now what you have to just simply click on this export model. When you will select this export model, then here you can see that it has three options. The three options basically for one is for tensorflow.js. If you are want to import this as JavaScript file, you can import this. And if you are in Java, if you are using Java, at the time you have to import this TensorFlow Lite. And if you are using Python, at the time you have to import this TensorFlow file. So here you have two options, Keras and OpenCV Keras. So I will just simply select this Keras for now, and I have to just simply download my model. So it will start to download. It is converting my model into an H5 file. H5 stands for binary file, and it will be our executable model. So let's wait for this. As you can see that now it has downloaded and converted as zip file for me. Okay, so the file has been successfully downloaded. So what will have to do, I have to just simply open this file and I have to extract this. So I will extract this here, and I have to just copy this file here, and here I have to go to my desktop where my projects are. So where is here I have the face recognition, and here I will just simply paste these two files. Okay, your whole machine learning and deep learning process has been skipped for you. So what I have to do now, as you can see that this Keras model is in binary, and we have an levels.txt here 1 0. Indexing 0 is for Pavitra Banerjee and indexing 1 for Elon Musk. So what I have to do, I have to define the model here first. So the okay, so before importing, so I have to import our TensorFlow TensorFlow no, from our TensorFlow dot keras dot models. I want to import our load model. Okay, so let me run it once. TensorFlow module error. So TensorFlow is not installed here inside my. So I have to import this pip. So pip install TensorFlow. I will just simply run this. As you can see that it's running, and now it has uh, restart asking me to restart my kernel. So I will just run all. Okay, so I have defined the load model first here. So I am going to define the load model here, and the model will be our Keras model H5. Keras model H5. Okay, so let's run it once. Load model is not defined. Why? Let me check once. So let me write it again. So from TensorFlow, dot Keras model, I want to import our load model. So let me run it once. As you can see that now it's running. Okay, so what will I do now? I will just simply run it here, and it's running without any error message. Okay, that's maybe some maybe warnings. We can ignore the warnings. So now I have to just simply one step to do. I have to label. We have to use this label. So I will just use this, that if our class name, if our class name is 0, you have to return Pavitra Banerjee. Okay, and elif, if this class name is as 1, you have to return Elon Musk. Return Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Okay, I think it should work. Now one thing I have to do, that where we have defined parcel of this get class name, so where I have used this get class name here, inside this get class name variable we have to import our this class index. Okay, I have to import the class index, so I will simply here I will uh, the class index I will use this. I will use this class index here. Now what I have to do, I want to just simply run this, and I have to check that where it's facing any error message. So as you can see that where is our peak. Okay, cannot reset array of size 150528 into set 12241. Where this is I have done, I have an value error here. I have to fix it. I just create this test.py for here because I think it was creating some problems there in Jupyter. I don't want to resolve it right now, but I want to run the code here. So let me check what will be happen. So I think it will give me some error message. I know that, but I have to check that what type of error message is showing me here, because if you face such error message, you have to uh, cover it also. Okay, delete this file. I will run this file. Here I was yesterday I have made some changes here, so let's detect, and it will be value will be 3, and let me run the code again. Get class name takes 0 positional arguments but 1 was given. It is why because I am recording the screen, it's why it is showing me this error message. So I have to fix this. For doing that, I have to stop the recording first, and then I will show you. So for now I am just stopping my recording, and then I will add this. And as you can see guys, that it can detect my face right now again back. So I have just skipped the whole machine learning and deep learning process, but still it can detect my face. So I think this is very grateful. So let's check something, that what if that if I wear a glass. Okay, so let me wear one. So as you can see that it can detect me, and with 98 or 99% accuracy. Okay, so it's great. And what if that if I wear an sunglass? So let me wear a sunglass. I think no one wears a sunglass in home, but to check that it can detect me or not, I am wearing this glass. So here as you can see that it can detect me with 98 or 99% accuracy too. So when it can't detect me, so let me just hide my face. At that time you can see here that it has stopped, and when I will it will can start. Here you can see that it has started to count. Okay, so I think this project is helpful for you guys. So if this video was helpful for you, then please hit the like button, and please leave a beautiful comment for me, and I will also share the GitHub repository link. And I will also want to share you something, that what if where can you get this dataset. I have already created a dataset in Kaggle, so I will don't show it to you, but I will uh, share the Kaggle dataset link with you guys, where I have created uh, around 4,000 images. So this can help you to train your model, and thus you can, if you don't want to use a dataset at the time, what you can do, you can create your own dataset. So it will be helpful for you. So if this video helps you, then please hit the like button, and leave the beautiful comment for me. And if you have not subscribed my channel yet, then please subscribe it, because I will bring these types of video for you guys. So this for today. So don't forget to subscribe the channel, and also share the video. Okay, it will helpful for me. So this is for today. Till then, keep watching our channel, stay safe, and happy coding.